Hello and welcome to Let's Build a Pokemon Clone. Now, full disclosure, I did originally start out this series. I was following a tutorial. UE4 Guru, great guy. He's got one. He's posting content day after day. But we got to about a few episodes in, and we started going in different directions. Like he was doing things one way, and I was thinking about different ways of doing things. So I thought, you know, why not just go ahead and go my own way. So what I'll do first is I'll show you what we've got so far. So we've got our little top-down dude, and then we've got our random battle encounters. It will generate us a random Pokemon. We've got our team window, which we don't have anyone in yet. But now we've caught that Pokemon, because I've got it automatically set up since the battle system isn't activated. So we can go into our creatures, we can get routine, we can withdraw, put it in slot 1. Then we can close that, cancel that. Now, if we go into our team, that's our inventory, you'll see that routine is there. I mean, we're using the same button for the time being, so it could get a little bit broken, but that is what we've got so far. So if we go and catch another Pokemon, and we should be able to see that Pokemon being added to our list. So here we go, another battle encounter. So again, now we've got our team. I haven't set up the battle system yet, so we can't use anything, but it will capture that Pokemon. So now if we go back to the PC, go into our creatures, we now have 2 routines. So let's withdraw a routine, do slot 2, close that, cancel. And now if we go to pause menu and look at our team, we've got 2 routines, which are my version of Bulbasaur essentially. So a few things we need to do to tidy that system up. Another thing we can do as well, if we can get our dude over here, is we can also release our Pokemon. So we can release routine and release that routine. Now, obviously, they're in our team at the moment, which is one of the things we need to address. Oh no, actually they've gone from our team. That is very, very handy. But we shouldn't be able to release our team members from the box. So that's one of the first things we're going to fix. So we're going to go into our creature storage. There we go. Oh, I'm still simulating. Stop. Okay, no, not creature storage. It is storage box. I'm going to delete that creature storage one because it's just endless confusion. It's not being referenced anywhere. And I think the same with player team. There we go. And team widget, yeah, I think that's the one that can go, yeah. Okay, so storage box. Now what we want to do is when we're saving our Pokemon, we're assigning some variables to them. So we're getting the slot name, the game instance, the name of the Pokemon, and its description, and we're pumping those into our generation thing for the box. So just move those down a bit so it's a bit easier to see. So when we're saving the Pokemon, if I go into the creature blueprint, there we go, creature master. Alright, so when we're saving the Pokemon, we're saving its name and its description for the time being, but also its slot name, because we're using that to drive all of the functionality for how we're assembling the teams and storage boxes. So what we also need to do is when we withdraw a Pokemon, we need to get its save, and then we need to update it and say you're part of the team. And then once we're populating the storage box, we can then query that to say, is this already in the player's team? If that is true, don't add it to the storage box. Or remove it from the storage box. So let's go ahead and do that. So what we want to do is open up our save creature details. And what we need to do is add in here on player team. Now there's other ways to do this. You could just cross-reference all the slot names against the player's team names, but this just seems simpler to me, you know. So in our storage box, we're gonna be using the creature slot Here we go. So when we withdraw it, we're going to get our slot name. Does save game exist? Yes. So before we do all of this here, what we want to do... no, actually, this will be better done. Yeah, no, we want to do this. So if that exists, we're going to load game from slot. Let's just neaten this up a little bit. So if a save game exists for this Pokemon, it means we're able to withdraw it. So we're going to load up their details. We're going to set is play. No, I need to cast to save game, don't I? Cast to save feature details. And then what we want to do is set on player team to true. Set on player team to true. And then we're going to save that to the slot. So we're going to grab this again. We'll do save game to slot. Presumably we can just use that. So what that's doing is when we withdraw the Pokemon, it's going to check to see if that Pokemon exists, if we've already caught it. If we do, we're going to load that Pokemon's information. We're going to cast to that so we can get the structure for its variables. Then we're going to save the game back to that slot. So now that Pokemon's information has been updated to say it's on the player's team. And then we're going to set the visibility of the widgets. And then we're going to print string. Oh, my days. Get out from behind there. And we'll do save successful for the print string. Okay, so what that's now going to do is flag that Pokemon as being on the player's team. And much like with the release, we then want to rebuild the list. So this is our code for releasing the Pokemon, where it deletes the Pokemon's save data. And in this one, we're going to reboot the menu to say that it's been added to the player's team. And then what we can do in the storage box is when we're populating the box, we're going to see, does the save game exist? We're going to load the save game from the slot. But before we create the slot for it, we're going to get on player's team. And if that is false, or no, sorry, if that's true, we don't want to do this. So we're going to do this if this is false, because if obviously the Pokemon's on the player's team, then we don't need to do this. So we're going to pop that into there, and then everything else will go on as normal. So let's do that, neaten that up a little bit. So now when we take a Pokemon out of the box, it's going to remove it from the box list, and it's going to say, is it on the player's team? So now, let's go capture some Pokemon. Oh, well, the encounters are random. Oh, there we go. There's a little battle transition. So what's this? This is a Raincano. And there we go. We've successfully caught ourselves a Raincano. And let's just get a few more, just to make sure everything is working the way it should. Because it's actually quite a straightforward system the way I've set it up. Basically, it just takes the Pokemon's name, creates a save file for it. If that save file already exists, it appends a number to it, scrolls through the numbers so it finds one that doesn't match it. So here you can see routine 2, because we've already got a routine 1. So let's go over to the box, and we'll go to our creatures, and we will withdraw Rankano, and withdraw routine. Now that didn't take them out of the list for some reason. Let's just look at our team. Interesting. Close. Back over here. Use PC, creatures. Withdraw. Save successful. Withdraw. Save successful. So it is saving. So, set on player's team to true. Silly sausage. Right, let's delete the save files. I've not got that set up automatically yet, so let's just do that manually. There we go, so here you go, you can see all of our Pokemon save details. And still keep all their stats, their level ups, their moves, and all that good stuff. Wait for that to delete. There we go. Do a quick save all. Oh, what a difference a ball makes. Alright, so let's see if we can trigger ourselves some random battles. There we go. There we go, nothing on our team. But we've caught the Pokemon. There we go, let's catch another one. Obviously you'll use your Pokeballs to do this in the real game. Let's go, one more. So yeah, you'd use capsules, I think I called them in this, yeah. Alright then, let's use the PC. Creatures, we'll withdraw Aquarub. We will withdraw, and we'll withdraw that one too. Now, I don't think they're going to go into our team because, yeah, it's not, I missed an element. So, when we withdraw, it's not here where we want to do this. We want that on this button here. Because this is where we're adding it to the player's team. So what we really want to do is cut that out. Move that down. Move that along. We'll put that in here. Because this is where we're selecting the slot to add it to in the player's team. And then we're gonna load whichever that slot name is. And then we're gonna save the fact that this is now part of the player's team. So this needs to come across here. So all we want to do right now is show that menu. And then from here is where we want to reboot the UI. Okay, sweet. And then from here we will just do, for now we'll do a print string, and we'll say Pokemon exists in this, no, not Pokemon, creature Nintendo are noticeably litigious. Which exists in slot. Select another. Excellent, so we can test that as well. So this should just display our slot menu. These will choose the slot we're going to go into. It's going to check to see if anything exists in that slot already. If it does, if it doesn't, then we're going to set the array element to the slot that we're selecting, and then we're going to save the game with our new information that that Pokemon is on the player's team. So let's see if we can get us a couple. There's one. Looks like a Rankano. Oh, successful capture. There's another one. Looks like an Aquarab. Let's just keep... If you're wondering why I'm going over these black tiles, it's because that's where I put the encounter zones. Oh, and here we have a routine. Oh, I've got each of the starters. Alright, so let's go over. Use PC. Creatures. So there we go. We've got Rankano, and Aquarab, and routine. So if we withdraw Rankano, we can put him in slot 1. If we withdraw Aquarab, we can try and put him in slot 1, but he already exists, so we'll put him in slot 2. And we can withdraw routine. You know, actually... Ah, there we go. Cancel doesn't take that away. Right, okay, so we'll do... we'll put routine in slot... No, can't put him in slot 2 because it's already there. Okay, so there we go. All our Pokemon are out of the storage box. So now if we go to our team, there we go. We've got Aquarab, we got routine, and we got Rankano. Good stuff. Obviously, UI needs a little work, and with our decks, we've got all the Pokemon that we could possibly encounter. And obviously, we can change that up later on down the line. So for now, we'll close that menu. And we can run around, and that's good. Now, those save files will stay, but the list of Pokemon won't, because it's saved in the game instance, and every time I cancel the game, it's going to cancel that. So there we go, we'll delete... oh, excuse me, delete all of those saves. And we'll do some fixing up in the creature slots. So, what's the process of events here? We're clicking withdraw, and that's bringing up our slots. When we click cancel, we need to set the options list to hidden, and we also need to set the team slot box to hidden. We'll get team slot box and set that to hidden as well. Let's check that out. So let's see if we can... oh, got us one right away. Excellent. So let's get another one. And currently nothing on our team. So let's go over to the PC and we'll go to our creatures. And so we can withdraw and we can cancel. Cancel, withdraw, release, withdraw, cancel. Put them in slot 1. And look at our team. And there we go. We've got our Aquarab in slot 1. And we can release it from there as well. Well, we can't, but we could. Oh, we can. Which, that won't be an option, because obviously I'll adjust that for the actual fields and battle menus and whatnot. So, think what we should do first of all is tackle that really, because we've just got an error. Trying to remove it from the parent. So what I'm thinking is if we go to our creature slot and on the on click of this, there we go, we're going to have a boolean. So we'll do a branch here and we'll get a boolean. We have one. So we'll do storage box question mark, and if that's true then we'll do the selections for this, and if it's false we'll do that's where we'll run the swap Pokemon code later on down the line. So just for now we're only going to want to use that if we are in the field menu, so the storage box, sorry. So we'll make that exposed on spawn, and we'll go into the actual storage box itself. And when we create this, we will refresh the nodes and we'll tick true on storage box. So when this gets created from the storage box, it will allow us to access those options, and when it gets created from the field menu, it won't. So let's just try that out. Oh, Pokemon already. I stop calling them Pokemon. There we go. Oh, we got another one. Successful capture. Right, let's go over to the PC. Creatures, routine, withdraw to slot 1. Rankano, withdraw to slot 2. Close, cancel, hit P, go to our team, and now we can't get up those extra options. Sweet. So now we can capture Pokemon, we can store them. Oh dear. We can build our teams, and if I go into a fight now, we should be able to see our Pokemon in the team window. There we go. And again, we can't access the additional options because obviously it's not a storage box. So now we go to creatures, we can withdraw Aquarab and put him into slot 3, close that down, cancel, hit P, go to our team, and there we go. Now we've got an Aquarab on the team, which I think is pretty slick. So now what I want to do is get it so it saves the creature's stats. Let me just refresh that, because there's got to be more than a save for just routine. Yeah, there we go. Each of the starters we collected, let's delete those. Good stuff. So now we've got our Pokemon being saved. We need to start saving and loading their stats. So, what are we the Creature Master? I've got a cheeky little shortcut for this. So let's get all of it. Can we just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, right. Control X them. And then if we paste those into the thing here, now we can just create them as variables. So we can create a variable, create variable, create variable, create variable, create variable, create variable, and create variable. And there we go. Now we've got our max HP, our HP, our attack, our defense, our speed, our special attack, and our special defense. And then obviously at some point we'll have stats for moves and all those kind of things, what TMs it knows and all that good stuff. So let's save that. And what we can do is we can go into our BP Creature Master. And then what we're going to want to do before we save this to the slot is we want to save all of these different variables. So I think I was going to do it as a function, but let's just put it all in line for now. So we want set max HP, and we're going to get our max HP, and then we want to set our current HP, so we'll get our current HP, and then we want to set our attack. We'll grab our attack for that. I have to move this a bit further along. Now you could create a function or anything to do this. I'm just doing it this way, just quick and dirty to make sure it works. I'll probably replace all of this with a function at some point, but for now it'll get the job done. So we'll set defense, and we'll grab our current defense for that. And then we'll set our speed. We'll grab our speed. We'll set special attack. And last but not least, special defense. We'll worry about the shininess at a later date. We'll just get all this stuff done for now. So when we capture the creature, we're going to set all of its stats, set the slot name, and then save all that information. So let's compile that. So what happens is on the construction script, we generate some random stats, plus or two, based on whatever their base value is. Pulling their creature index from the database, which is one of the few holdovers from UE4 Guru's tutorials that I'm still currently using. I've ripped out like 90% of the code and rewrote it myself, but this is how I'm choosing to do it. I'm saving each Pokemon uniquely, so I can make all of its stats part of the save file and then reference that particular file rather than messing around with data tables and structs. So we're setting all of these values, and then we're going to load all of those values, but we're only going to load those values when we click on the slot and we're not using storage box. So what we're going to do is we're going to create widget. We're going to create creature. No, we can call it that. It was a wild something or other. Wild encounter stats. We're going to add that to the viewport. So when it's in our inventory, it's going to add that to the viewport, which will then we'll be able to then display all of the relevant information. So what we want to do is pass through the creature's save slot name. So I'm going to open up the Wild Encounter blueprint. And we're going to create a new variable. So this isn't going to be what drives it anymore. So we'll go create a new variable. And we'll call it slot creature save slot. And then what we'll do is we'll expose that so we can pass it through from the inventory, and we'll make it a string. So when we click on this now, we can take our slot name, feed that into it, so it knows which creature we want to load, or the information for at least anyway. So now in our wild encounter stats, we can start building out the information about the Pokemon we're going to be dealing with. So I'm going to get rid of this text block for now, and inside this vertical box I'm going to add a horizontal box. So we'll drag that down, and we'll call that title bar. Inside that we're going to put some text, like so, and we'll just call this creature info. I don't want to put a colon there, that's why I actually wanted to type into the text, like creature info. And we'll label this creature info. Good stuff. Now what we can do is duplicate that a couple of times. And we will take our vertical box, make it a bit bigger. Okay, so we want HP current max. We want attack value, defense value, with a space in there. And this one we want speed value. This is just so I can see what I'm dealing with. And then SP attack value, SP defense value, shiny, yes, no. And then we can delete these two for now because we're not currently using them, but I probably will find a use for them at some point. So we want to make each of these texts. I'll make them all. Gotta make them variables one at a time. Variable. 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 I couldn't just select all these at once, Unreal. Really? Variable. And that does need to be a variable. Okay, so text HP. Text attack. This might seem tedious, but trust me, it'll pay dividends in the long run. Text F. Text speed. Text SP attack. Text SP defense. text shiny. Okay, sweet. And then I think what we'll do in the bottom down here is we'll just have a button and we'll put cancel on it. So we've got a way of closing that menu down. Good stuff. So in our creature slot, we're going to create the world encounter. We're going to pass through the slot name. We're going to add it to the viewport. So what we then need to do in our world encounter slot is on the event constructs, we will do does save game exist. We will take that slot name, and if it does, we're going to load that slot. Now this is where the really tedious part of it, so you thought that bit was tedious, it's about to get even more tedious. So if that's true, we're going to load the game from the slot. We're going to cast to save game creature details. We're going to get max HP, get HP. We're going to get the defense. Get speed. Get SP attack. Get SP defense. We're not going to bother with is shiny, because we're not using that currently. So let's get our values. Text HP, first of all. And we're going to do set text. And what we'll do with that is we'll format it. So let's move that up there. We'll do format text. And we'll do HP colon current / max. And then we can put our max into there and our current into there. And then we need to get attack, which I forgot to get from this. Get attack. And we're going to do the same thing again. So we'll set text. Format text, and this time it's going to be ATK colon value. So now we can take our attack, plug that into there. Maybe even move that there. I'm going to switch those around as well because it's annoying me. So I can go there. Now we've got our other values to set. So plug that into there, duplicate these, connect them up, and now we need defense. Exactly the same process, we'll just change ATK to DEF, and then we'll plug the value in, like so. Copy and paste that again. So now we need speed. Gotta go fast. Plug that into there. We'll change that to SPD. Take that. Plop it there. And that's that one done. So let's grab these two and these. Grab all of these, we'll move them across, and we need special attack and special defense. So we'll do SP attack, SP defense, and those should be, yep, our last two jobbers. So boosh and boosh. And that should build out our what you call it? Our stat block. So add some reroutes in to sort of neaten this up a little bit. So now when we click on the Pokemon in our team in any other place other than the storage box, it will pop this menu up instead. And that will pull their information from the slot and populate the fields. So let's give that a go. Hit compile, play. See if we can get ourselves, there we go, get ourselves an encounter. Caught the bastard. So now if we go to the PC, which is just this block, creatures, Rankano, withdraw to slot 5. Creatures, none, cancel, hit P, go to our team, there's Rankano. And there's all of his stats. So you can see all of Rankano's stats. And we don't have the cancel button up yet. So we need to get that working next. So, designer. We'll get an on clicked. And we'll simply, for the time being, just do remove from parent. Sweet. So let's see. Why did that come up? Because the wild encounter is set to start the second a battle initiates. Hang on, let me fix that. Battle, save selected. Okay, so let's open the level blueprint. Battle HUD we want. Battle transition. Cast among games. One encounter creature. Set input mode. Create battle. Is that happening in the battle HUD? No. Why is that menu popping up? Ah, there we go, wild encounter. No, we don't need that. Okay. Sorted. Right. Oh no, I'm in the battle. In the battle map. Top down map. Top down map. Save. Save. Victor Pla. I don't know what is wrong with this. Sometimes the top down, so I should have just used the third person, like thought this would be good, but for some reason it just bugs out sometimes. Alright, there we go. We got ourselves a nice aquarium. Go to the PC. Creatures, aquarium, withdraw the slot 1. Okay, cancel. Now, if we look at our team, we can click on aquarium and we can see its stats. Cancel. And we can make that come up an awful lot of times, so we'll probably have to fix that. But yeah, it's working now. So if we go into this creature slot, and we're not in a storage box, so we want to do create the widget, and then we want to set slot button set is enabled to false. And then on cancel from the wild encounter stats, I believe that's cancel. Yeah, that's cancel. Hang on a minute. Let me think this through. I mean, I need to playtest it to get my brain to get around it. Okay, so team, close. Got no team. Let's capture this Pokemon, quote unquote. So let's go to the box. Creatures. Withdraw to slot 1. Close, cancel, P. Team. Aquarium. Cancel. And yeah, that. So we need to redo the team one. So what we need to do is pass through the button information, the button we just disabled. So let's go to the world encounter. Can we create a variable that is button? Well, we should be able to, yeah. Okay, so let's do that and do that. And our creature slot, we can put through our cancel button. And then when we cancel it, we can say get that. That is enabled. Put that to true. So now we should get an encounter. We'll capture the Pokemon. We'll put them in our team. So creatures, acquire, withdraw to slot 1. Cancel out of that. Now we can put it in our team. Yep. So we can check its defenses and whatnot. We also need to do that off the close as well. So if we do P, team, Aquarab, cancel. Yeah, that works perfectly. Now we need to sort the close button out as well. So I think we're going to need to pass that through a pass-through through a pass-through. So we've got our storage box. which is creating the creature slot. So we need the close button from our storage box, really. There we go. So in our slot widget, creature slot. That's what we're creating. We need to, when we click it, we need to disable the close button as well. So let's add another variable. Button cancel. But this time it's going to be button close. We're going to want to set that to disabled as well. And then when we create this widget, creature slot, button close. Alright, it's not. There we go. Let's refresh that now. There we go, we got button close. That's going to be our close button here. So when we display our, we're going to set that to is enabled, and we're also going to set it here to is not enabled. So now when we view our stats for a Pokemon we've caught to move to our team, it should, there we go. So we got a Pokemon we caught. Let's get it out of the machine. Place that. Cancel that. Hit P. Go to our team. And click on Acquire Up. It should be disabling that close button. Access none. Trying to read button close. We're passing that through, aren't we? Are we not? Button close. Yeah, we're passing it through. So when we create the creature slot, if it's not on the player's, that's if it's not on the player's team. I'm doing it in the wrong section. It needs to be the player's team, doesn't it? I think. So the player team. Button close. Right, there we go. That should do the trick. So let's go catch us another Pokemons. I keep calling them Pokemon. I really shouldn't. Nintendo's gonna come down on me like a ton of bricks. Got ourselves a Roinkano. Let's go over to the PC. Withdraw our Roinkano. Close. Yep, no more creatures left. Hit P, team, Roinkano. There we go. It's grayed them both out. Cancel, and okay, it's not come back. So we're creating the creature slot widget. We're going to our creature slot. Are we in a storage box? No. On button cancel, set is enabled, button close. Well, why not? Is it not because I'm... Oh yes, because I'm yeah. I need to do it here as well. So let me just grab that. Pop it down here. And then we'll plug that back into that. Okay, that should do it, right? Let's grab ourselves a creature. Let's grab ourselves a creature. Capital monster. There we go. Acquire ab. Let's go to the PC box. Creatures. Withdraw to slot 1. Close. Cancel. A team. Acquire ab. Cancel. No, that's not right either. It's still not doing it. It's in the wild encounter. Oh, I need to feed it through to the wild encounter as well, because it's on this clicked. Okay, so we'll duplicate that. We'll call it close button. And it's exposed on spawn. That's good. So in our creature slot, when we're not in, yeah, there we go. So refresh, bring through button closed into there, and then in the wild encounter slot we can take close button and add it to that, and that should do the trick. Alright, let's do it. There we go, we got ourselves a routine. So let's go to our storage box, withdraw our routine, close, team, routine, cancel. Yay! There we go. So we've got our HPs, and we can cancel out that, we can close. Right, now let's see if we can catch another routine and check its stats. Oh, look at that, another routine. Just like, it's like it knew. Right, so go to the storage box. To our creatures, we'll pull out this new routine. We can't put in slot 1 because there's always something in there, so we'll put in slot 2. Now we can check our team. We got 2 routines. We got 1, 16, 5, 11, 6, 14, 9, 14, 10. Yeah, so they definitely got different stats. That one's special defense is only 4. This one's only 2. So there we go. So now we can go and try and catch some more. Let's see who else we can get. Another routine. So let's go with the storage box. Use PC. Creatures. And we'll withdraw that routine to our 3rd slot. Now we can look at our team. We've got routine at 16, routine 14, 16 again, but this time it's 6 and 12, and that one is 5 and 11. So as you can see, it's saving all of our different information to the Pokemon save file that we can recall later on whenever we want to look at it. So next, we really want to look at putting Pokemon back into the box, which shouldn't be that difficult, really. But for now, we've got everything working. So we've got our team, we've got all their stats, so we can check out all Pokemon's individual stats. We've got the Dex, which lists all the Pokemon available in the game, which again we can adjust to show whether we've caught them or not. So let's just stop that and think about how we're going to deposit these Pokemon. So I think what we need to do in the storage box is on the creature slot. No, we're going to do this in the player's team, I think. So we've got event construct, we've got button close, and we're creating the creatures. So when we click this button, we want to know if we're in a storage box or not. If we're in a storage box, it's going to show us the options list. Let me just save all of that. Because yeah, we have basically got the bones of capturing Pokemon done. I mean, we don't have the battle system in place yet, but we've got the storage, we've got the team construction, we've got the capturing. So we have like the basic bare bones of a Pokemon game. So I can go to that PC, creatures, click on routine, we can withdraw. What I really want to do is it's going to be in this menu here, so it's going to be in the PC. So if I find inventory, UI, PC. Where is the PC UI? Storage PC, there we go. PC UI. So let's duplicate this, and we'll call it text block deposit, and we'll make the text deposit. In theory, all we should need to do is reverse that boolean and remove the entrant from the player's party list. So this shouldn't be a difficult thing to do at all. We just go up here and we do button. Sake. Autosave pisses me off, man. Button deposit. If you can see, I'm typing in the text field and it's going to kick me out of that text field when you autosave. Just wait till I come out of the text field. Fuck's sake, unreal. So, on deposit, we want unclicked. We want to create widget. We want to get the player's team. Now, in player team, we don't need to pass. I'm not going to pass through the field menu yet. We'll just add to viewport. We'll say field menu no, because then when we go to the creature slot, we can use this, I believe. Well, let's just check that out for now. So let's grab us a Pokemon that we can put in our team. Oh, I've got to stop calling them Pokemon. I'm gonna catch this bastard. Alright, so let's go over to the PC. Deposit. Oh wait, I haven't cleared any out yet. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, it's going back to that. So yeah, I do need to say, is that a field menu? As yes. Because otherwise, it's going to take us back to... It's going to recreate the battle menu. So let's just go backwards and forwards here. Yeah, ourselves this Aquarium. Use PC, creatures, withdraw to slot 1, and we'll do deposit. bring up this. Cancel. So we know that's going to work. So what we need to do is when we click on this in the creature slot, are we in a storage box? Yes. So when we create this creature slot in the player's team, we need to pass through if we're in a storage box. On button deposit, we need a variable in player team. I think a storage box. I take question mark. And then we can set that to true based on whether we're in a field menu or not. So if we want to know if we're in that storage box. So when we do this, we're setting it to yes. It's not on the player's team. I don't think that's true though. I think that's right. But yeah, basically what we're going to need to do is pass through a variable when we load this up from a storage box. So let me just play through this in my mind. So now we're getting a Pokemon. We're going to capture this. We go down here and use PC. Deposit. So yeah, when we use the PC, we're setting that it's a field menu, but it's not a field menu. Well, it is, kind of. We're going to do deposit, and it's player team widget. We want that storage box variable. And then when we do that, we want to set that to true, because we're depositing Pokemon from a storage box. So now the game's going to know we're in a field menu, so don't bring up the battle screen. But we're also in a storage box. Now in the player's team, we can take that storage box variable, put that there. So now we're telling it it's in a storage box. So the creature slot, now that it knows we're in a storage box, let's see what that does. You can't download it anywhere, dude. It's not finished. I've not finished making it yet. I'm just kind of trying to get the Pokemon storage system working at the moment. So I'm just trying to. Oh, okay. I've broken something. Right, no. That's not the way to go about this. So let's get rid of that. And check that again. So I'm just going to try and grab a new Pokemon. I wasn't going to tackle this today, but I thought, why not? Let's give it a go. There we go, but random encounter. So we're going to get ourselves a knockoff Bulbasaur. And we'll go to the storage box. Get back over here, dude. There we go. Creatures. Okay. I've evidently broken something along the way because it thinks it's in the field menu when it's actually in a storage box. So we need to get rid of that. And go back in and look at where that went wrong. So UI storage box. Pokemon's not on the player team, so it's false. Oh, that's good. World encounter. Yeah, that's correct. Creature slot is all correct. Is it the player team where it's messing up? UIPC. Ah, no, there it goes. Storage box. It's getting ticked there. So let's just check that again. Let's go back a few steps to where it was last working. But yeah, Green Apple, hopefully at some point I'll be able to put this out as a kit so you can just take it and make your own. Oh my god, why? Why? So on click, it's in the creature slot. So when I'm clicking on this, it's like, are we in a storage box? Yes. So the options list false. If we're in a storage box is false, display the wild encounter. Which is what we should be doing. And that's setting storage box to false. When we click on creature slot, when we click on the slot button, we're asking, are we in a storage box? If it's true, then we're going to set the visibility options list and the slot button. And if it's false, we're going to display the wild encounter. So this storage box false is where it's going wrong. So it must be in here. So let's try that. Alright, we've got ourselves a water type. So let's go over to our storage box. Use it, creatures. There we go. Withdraw, and then we can go back to our creatures. It's not in our storage box anymore. Deposit is going to bring that up and give us our options. So I'm going to add another option down here for deposit that only comes up when we're in the storage box. That seems to be the most straightforward way of doing it. So we can cancel out of that, which we shouldn't be able to do. So let's just go through this. So team, cancel, close menu. Let's go back to use PC. Creatures, close, deposit. That's where it should be going. That's where it's going wrong. We should have a thing there on the deposit that removes this menu, and then when we close that one, it brings that back up again. Okay, cool. So we can cancel out of that now, and if we go into our team, we've got our Aquarub. We can check its stats, and then we can go into the game and try and find some more Pokemons. There we go. So we can check our team. And it's automatically set to just capture the Pokemon after a certain amount of time anyway. So now we can go to our creatures, we can add routine, we can withdraw it to slot 2, close, cancel, and then if we look in our inventory, our team, sorry, there we go, we've got our routine and our Aquarub. We can check their stats. All well and good. I mean, obviously you can make this look much better if you had the time. So what we need to do now is figure out how to deposit Pokemon back into the box. So let's go through the steps here and figure out where we want to slot this in. I think it's gonna be in the playlist somewhere, but obviously it's going to integrate with the creature slot. So what we need is in the wild encounter. First of all, let's just add ourselves another button. We'll move it up. We'll call it. Hang on, is this the? No, it's not the one I'm actually using. So we'll call this button deposit. So let's go through this a step at a time. We'll do deposit, and then we'll make it by default. We'll set its visibility to hidden. when we generate this wild encounter text, we want to know if we're in a storage box. So we'll refresh those nodes. So in the wild encounter, we need a new variable. No, not a new macro. A new variable. In storage box. Question mark. We'll make that a boolean, because it's going to be a yes or no. Get rid of that new macro, we don't need it. Delete. So now in our wild encounter window, we will know if we're in a storage box or not. So what we want to do is pass that information through to this window somehow. So we need to expose that. Expose on spawn. And if that's true, we want to set the visibility. So let's get that. We'll do a branch. We want to set the visibility of this to true if we're in a storage box. So let's get, what's that called, a button? Button deposit. Okay, so if we're in a storage box is true, we're gonna set visibility of button deposit to true. So let's check that out. Get ourselves a wild encounter. There we go. We'll wait for it to capture. Go over to the box. Creatures. Withdraw to slot 1. Close. Deposit. And that storage box value is not getting fed through. Cancel that, close that. So bring up the menu, go to our team. So it's not registering that we're in a storage box. When we create them, if they're not on the player's team, we're going to tell them that they're in a storage box. When we pull the wild encounter, we're in a storage box, we're going to set button deposit to visible. So we need to get that passed through to this. So we'll pass storage box through to it. And that should do it. So let's check that out. There we go. Grab that wild Pokemon. We'll use the PC, creatures, Volcano, withdraw to slot 1. Close. Yeah, we got no creatures in there, so let's deposit. Volcano. It's still not showing up. I haven't got to that part of the code yet, to be fair. I mean, what I can do is I can show you what I've been using for the wild encounter system, and it's pretty much going to be the same thing. So essentially what we have is a data table. So if we're going to the base stats, so each creature has got a selection of stats, and one of these stats will be its chance to flee. So say for example, if I go into the encounter, is it encounter struct? No, it's not the encounter struct, it's the creature struct, but no, it's one of these. Like it tells me in the data table. What struct am I using? Creature stat struct. Yeah, so if I go into the creature stat struct, what I can do is add a new variable. So what we can do here is we can do flee chance, and we'll make that a float, which is basically a decimal number. So now if I go back into the base stats, I now have a new column for the chance for that Pokemon to flee. So for like early starter Pokemon, I'll say like, okay, we'll do 0.5. That means they've got like a 1 in 2 chance of fleeing. Or I could do 0.25, which means they've got a 1 in 4 chance of fleeing. And then every time that Pokemon takes its turn, it can look up that data table and do a different. So if I go into the creature, and compile that, we'll just add a variable. This isn't going to actually function, but it'll just be a good example of what I'm doing. So we'll add custom event, and we'll call it should flee. So every time the Pokemon has a turn, it can call this event. And what we'll do is we'll get data table row, and we'll get the base stats. We'll get the Pokemon's index, so we can get the creature info. We can split that struct. We can get its index, and we'll do that to string, and we'll put that into the row name. So basically that's going to look up this Pokemon's slot in the data table, find out its chance to flee. And then what we can do from here is we can split that struct pin, and we can get its flee chance, and we can do if that is greater or equal to whatever this Pokemon's flee chance should be, then it will flee from battle. So we can do yes. So if, say like, this Pokemon's got like a 50% chance to flee, so is it greater than 50%? If that's true, well, what we do is we generate a random number, so random floating range. So we'll do between 0 and 1. So it'll generate a number between 0 and 1. Well, basically a percentage chance, so like anything between 0% and 100%. If that number it generates is greater than the Pokemon's chance to flee, then we'll do flee. You know, so we'll just do like print string, and we'll do flee. And if it's not, then we'll do print string, and we'll do fight. So in the data table, you can set up the Pokemon's or creature's chances to flee from battle, and then every time it takes a turn, you can then just pull its index, look up on the data table what its chance to flee should be, and then check if that's greater than or equal to its flee chance from a random number. And then from this you could add modifiers, so you could add I don't know how many times it's been hit by some move that prevents it from fleeing, for example. And you add those modifiers on, and then you calculate the end result, and if it's true, it flees. If it's not, it doesn't. So it's quite simple, really. I mean, a Game Freak and a lot of other people go about these in very, very complicated ways, but like the math, if you get so hung up on the math, it affects what you're doing with the game. But what I'm trying to do currently is get the player to be able to deposit Pokemon. So what I want to do is, once they've captured one, is we can withdraw them, which is quite simple. So we've got no one on our team right now. We'll capture this Pokemon, because I don't have the battle system set up yet, so it just delays it a few seconds and then automatically captures the creature. So we're going to capture these two creatures now. And as you can see, I've still got no one on my team. But if I go to the PC, I can then withdraw them. So if I go to my creatures list, I can withdraw, pick a slot, put them in there. So then we can close out of that. But what I want to do is be able to deposit these Pokemon as well. So I need that deposit button to be able to come up. And currently I'm working on that at the moment. But as you can see, you can access all your kind of menus, like your creatures. I haven't done the items for the PC yet. what I'm working on is trying to figure out how to get them to deposit back into the PC. But it's actually pretty straightforward. A lot of the stuff that I'm doing, a lot of it is just keeping track of a lot of the things that you're doing. So for example, in the player team, when I click on the creature slot, because all of these UIs have got to interact with each other. So if we're not in a storage box, what it's doing is showing the encounter stuff. But what I want it to do is, if we are in a storage box, to create this as well, but also say yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try copying and pasting that onto there. Because each Pokemon saves itself as a unique save file, I need to periodically clear those save files. So as you can see, we've got quite a lot of Pokemon data saved, because each one has to save all the individual values for each thing, like special defense, special attack, health, all that kind of stuff. So it's quite a lot of information management is what I would call it. But let's just see if that makes the deposit pop up. But as for your original question, how do you make the enemy stop you from fleeing or trying to escape the fight? You just manipulate those values. So say for example, if my chance to flee had to be above 75%, and I wanted an enemy that was able to stop me from fleeing from battle, all I'd need to do is have that enemy's attack reduce my chance to flee to 50%. So, or set it to 100%. So you need to get a value higher than 100 to flee, which would then make it impossible. It's all numbers management. Oh no, that was what broke last time. Okay, I need to undo whatever I just did. Creature slot, that was it. It was this. Hang on, in storage box, true. World encounter. Does save game exist? Yes. Create all of the data. Are we in a storage box? Yes. Set the visibility of the button for deposit to true. That actually legitimately should be working. Oh, Unreal, man. It can be buggy as fuck sometimes. But yeah, I want to get the basic infrastructure down first, like catching, withdrawing, building your team. Because obviously you need a team before you can fight. So it makes sense. Alright, so let's withdraw. Routine. No. Why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? I've still got that code on the end. Let's get rid of that. There probably is a way to do it, but it's getting near the end of the day and my brain's just mush. So let's grab ourselves this routine, run over to the PC, creatures, withdraw to slot 1, deposit. Ah, there we go. Now we have the deposit button coming up. That's exactly how it should work. All right, let's close that, cancel, go to team. Oh, it's coming up when I'm doing it from the field menu as well, though. That's fine. It's working. I've got it up. That's the main thing. I've got it up. Or maybe I'll just treat the bug as a feature and you can deposit Pokemon from anywhere. The real question is now, can we get the deposit code working? So let's have a quick bash at that. And when I say quick, I mean quick. So let's get where's the deposit button? It's not in that one, is it? It's in the wild encounter. There we go. See, all these things have to interact with each other. So, on clicked, we want the Pokemon's name. So we're going to get the current save slot. We're going to make sure that that save exists. So does save game exist? If that's true, then what we're going to do is we're going to load that save game. Load game from slot. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set on no, we need to cast to save creature details, and then what we'll do is we'll set in player set on player team to false, and then that will set that creature no longer to be on our team, and then we'll save game to slot. Save game to slot. So basically we're just going to overwrite the information in that now with... What do you mean no object? Alright, and we'll do it that way. I tell you man, Unreal, it's so buggy sometimes. We'll move that down a bit just to make it look a bit neater. So what we're doing is we're going to load that Pokemon's details up. We're going to save the game to the slot. We're going to remove this from the parent. Right. Not going to look great at the moment, but it should function, and that's all I'm cared about. Alright, so let's create this routine. Thank you. Over to PC. So we'll creatures, withdraw to slot 1, close, deposit, routine, deposit, cancel, B, team. Oh, it's still on my team. Why is it still on my team? Come on, go away from the PC, come back. I want to see if it's in the PC box. Yeah, it's in the PC box. But it hasn't removed it from my team. Oh, I know why that is. I know why that is. So we need to remove it from the list of Pokemon we have on our team. So what we need to do on Event Construct is also pass to GI on game, and we'll set that as a variable. So we'll game instance. Promote that, and then we'll find that mon name. So we'll get GI mon game, we'll get players team, we'll remove that item. And then all we need to do after this should be to refresh the player's team loadout. So let's do that. Let's play. See if we can get a Pokemon's. That one will do. Let's run over to the PC. So we'll use that. We'll go to creatures. We'll draw a rank counter to slot 1. Make sure it's in there. There he is. We'll deposit him. Which we shouldn't be able to do from that menu, but... Oh, I broke it. I shouldn't have done that. I need to make sure that that deposit button doesn't come up in field menus. There we go. It's my fault for using the same. I should create different widgets, really. So withdraw, slot 1, close, deposit, creatures. Yep, it's in our thing. It's no longer in our team. So when I deposit a Pokemon, I need to remove the team menu. Okay, so let's do that. So what we're going to need is a reference to that. So our player team, we need a reference to that in our creature slot. So let's add a variable. Add variable team menu, and we'll make that the type player team, object reference, expose on spawn. So we can compile that, and then when we create that slot from the creature slot from the player team, you can refresh that node to a reference to self. When it passes it through to the creature slot, it's going to pass through the owning player team widget. Then in creature slot, when we, it's not creature slot, is it? When we create a widget, this one here, the wild encounter, we need to pass it through to there as well. So we'll create another variable and we'll call it owning UI, and make it inaccessible, expose on spawn, and this again is going to be player team, object reference, compile. So when we create this, refresh node, I've already got that. Team menu. Yeah, that's the one. So it's passing through the player team menu. So when we hit deposit on the wild encounter, we can just duplicate this and do owning UI. No, it's gonna have to come first, isn't it? So we're going to remove the Pokemon, we're going to remove the owning UI widget, and then we're going to remove this widget. And when we create in the creature slot, that's it. So in creature slot, we need to pass through team menu to owning UI. And then in player team, we're setting team menu to ourselves. I'm not sure I've done that right, but hang on, let's just check it out. I think it might need to be something else. Come on, give me a Pokemon. Creature, sorry. Oh, come on. I know this is a random encounter thing, but can I randomly encounter something? Right, Rankano. So let's go over to the box. Use PC, creatures. Withdraw to slot 1. Deposit. Creatures. Withdraw. Hey, there we go. So cancel that. Go look at that team. There's our Rankano. We can deposit it. Let's look at our team. No Rankano. Close the menu. Over to here. And we can withdraw it. And then we can also go into our menu and look at its stats. Let's deposit it. Why aren't you moving, you little bastard of a man, you? Oh, Unreal. Come on. I can't even... Funny. Oh my days. Saying one thing is another. Content UI. Where's the pause menu? So input mode game only. I get it. Anyway, we've got what we wanted. Got our team, close menu. Let's go catch some Pokemons. Come on. Catch me a Pokemon. There we go. Let's see if we can get another one. Are they both routines? I think they're both routines. Let's check. Yeah, so we'll draw that one to slot 1, that one to slot 2, and we'll cancel. And we'll try and catch some more. Hopefully it'll be different. Yeah, acquire app. Okay. So let's try and catch this. Excellent. Let's withdraw it from the PC. So now we've got a routine, and an acquire app. Let's release the routine, deposit the routine. I know what's going on. When I'm depositing the Pokemon, it's not returning the controller. Here we go. So let's set input mode game only and get the player controller. I should fix that. Let's grab us an Aquarab. Aquarab! He's a nice little boy. Right, get another one. There we go. So yeah, these dark squares are areas where you can catch wild Pokemon. Now we've got a routine. Epic. Let's see if we can get all 3 starters. There we go. Oh, another Aquarab. Oh well. Right, let's go over to the box. Over to the box, mate. Right, so creatures will withdraw Aquarab to slot 1, routine to slot 3, and Aquarab to slot 2. So now it should be Aquarab routine. Aquarab routine! Yay! So we'll deposit Aquarab. And there we go. Aquarab and routine are on our team. So let's hit P, check our team. And there we go, we've got Aquarab and routine. Close out of that. Go over to the PC. Use the PC. And there we go, we've got Aquarab in the storage. Oh, it works! Oh, I'm so happy. So we'll withdraw him back out to slot 3. And then if we look in our team, Aquarab, routine, Aquarab. We'll deposit him. We'll use the PC again. Creatures. Withdraw. Slot 3. Cancel. P. Team. And there we go. Routine, Aquarab. Oh, it is beautiful. Oh, I think that is about as much as I can cope with today. the database management and interplay of different elements on this project. I thought, you know, Pokemon, a game from the 90s, this would be fun and easy to do. Nah, mate. Anything but. But we've got it working now. Got our inventory sorted. We've got our team sorted. We've got the deck sorted. And as you can see, it is saving all of our Pokemon details quite happily whenever it finishes searching. There we go. And there's all the details of all the individual Pokemon that we caught, all their stats, and all of that good, lovely, delicious, math-based goodness. So we'll get rid of all of that. So obviously it was really important to make sure you could catch multiple versions of the same type, and have them all appear in your list at some point. But yeah, I feel absolutely shattered. Like, that was such brain-bending stuff. But we've got it now. All that's left to do really is the leveling up, the adding and removing of items to your inventory when you use them, which is pretty straightforward. I mean, I can probably do that now, but I mean, let's face it, I've been streaming for what? Nearly 2 hours as it is. I think I really need to go and get something to eat. Yeah, I might be back later on to do the items and stuff, but for now, we got the most important part of it out of the way, which is the saving, loading, and setting up of your teams, saving all the Pokemon stats, their moves, and all that good stuff, their names and whatnot. So it's a pretty robust system, I think. Only time will tell on that front, I suppose. But yeah, for the time being, thank you, Screen Apple, for stopping by and dropping some comments in the chat. I really appreciate that. Made me feel like I wasn't talking to myself all day long. And if you do like the content, you know, obviously stay subscribed. I will put this kit out at some point, so you can just download it and play around with it and make your own Pokemon games. That's kind of the point of putting this together. So look out for that. But for now, I think it's good night from him and good night from me.